Have you ever wondered if people can feel your stress? Before you even say a word, it's a terrifying thought to imagine your deepest tensions, your silent battles, showing up on the outside, before you've had a chance to hide them, before you've had time to pretend everything's fine. But according to top neuroscientist Dr. Swart, it's not just your imagination. Stress doesn't stay trapped in your mind. It escapes through your skin, through your scent, through subtle changes in your body that others can sense, whether they realize it or not. Your skin, your sweat, your posture, they all start whispering the truth when your mind is overwhelmed. It's not about visible breakdowns or emotional outbursts. It's something much quieter, much earlier, and far more dangerous. Your stress leaves a mark long before you break down. This isn't just poetic language. This is hard science. Studies show that when you're under chronic stress, your body starts to release chemicals through your sweat, signals that can be picked up by the people around you. Your skin temperature changes, your scent shifts, and even when no words are spoken, your stress becomes part of the room. It becomes part of the air, and what's worse, most of the time, you don't even know it's happening. That means while you're pushing through, pretending you're okay, working harder, staying strong for everyone else, your body is giving you away. The very thing you're trying to suppress is being broadcast like a silent alarm. Not to shame you, but to save you, because your body is always trying to protect you, even when your mind won't stop. And here's the truth no one tells you. Stress is not a weakness, it's not a flaw, it's not something to be ashamed of. It's a signal, a message, a call for help that your body sends out when you've pushed too far for too long. But we live in a world that glorifies exhaustion, that rewards burnout, that praises people for carrying more than they should. So you keep going, you ignore the signs, you tell yourself, I'm just tired, or it's just a phase, but deep down, you know it's more than that. You feel it in your energy, in your sleep, in the way you snap at people you love, in the way your joy has slowly faded into just surviving the day. You're not weak for feeling this way. You're human, and your body has been trying to talk to you all along, through the headaches, the tight chest, the restless nights, the tension in your shoulders, the tired eyes that no amount of sleep can fix. All of it is your body's way of saying, please, slow down, something's not right. And when you finally stop, when you finally listen, you realize something. Your body is not your enemy, it's your ally. It's the most loyal friend you'll ever have. It's been carrying the weight of your stress, your fear, your pressure, quietly and without thanks, until it can't anymore. But here's where everything changes, because the moment you become aware of what stress is doing to your body is the moment you can take your power back. You don't have to keep hiding behind a mask of strength. Real strength is learning to feel and still move forward. Real strength is choosing to heal before you're forced to. Real strength is understanding that if stress can leak through your skin, then peace can too. Calm can radiate, joy can be felt, safety can be seen. You can walk into a room and change the energy, not because you're pretending to be okay, but because you actually are. This isn't just about surviving. It's about reclaiming your ability to feel alive again, to breathe without the weight, to wake up without dread, to walk through the world without carrying every burden on your shoulders. You deserve that. Your mind deserves rest, your body deserves relief, and the people around you deserve the best version of you. Not the one that's constantly worn down, but the one that's fully present, fully awake, fully alive. And here's the reward for listening to this message, for opening your heart even when it hurts. Freedom, not just from stress, but from the lie that you always have to be strong. Because the moment you choose to notice the signals, those whispers through your skin, you begin a journey. One that leads to clarity, one that leads to health, one that leads to peace, not as a rare moment, but as your new normal. You weren't meant to live in a constant state of pressure. You were meant to rise. Not by ignoring what hurts, but by healing what's been hidden. So take a deep breath. Your body has been talking. Now, it's time to listen. You're not just carrying your own stress. You're absorbing everyone else's too. That tightness in your chest when you walk into a room, that sudden drop in energy around certain people, the irritability, the anxiety, the heaviness that seems to come from nowhere, it's not random. It's not just in your head, it's your nervous system reacting to the emotions around you, because stress isn't just something you feel, it's something you catch. Dr. Swart reveals what many people sense but few understand. Stress is contagious. Just like a cold, it spreads, not through words, not through touch, but through energy, through micro signals your brain is constantly picking up, the tone in someone's voice, the tension in their jaw, the speed of their breathing, even their silence carries weight, and your brain, hardwired for survival, mirrors it automatically. It's called emotional contagion, and it's real. Your body doesn't wait for permission. It adapts. If someone close to you is anxious, you become alert. If they're angry, your muscles tense. If they're overwhelmed, you start to feel exhausted too. It's unconscious, it's biological, and it can drain you without a single word exchange. Think about that. Think about how many times you've blamed yourself for feeling off, when really you were just reflecting the emotional chaos around you. You weren't weak. You were sensitive in the best way. In tune, receptive, human, but here's the danger. When you're surrounded by constant stress, at work, at home, in the world, you don't just mirror it. You begin to normalize it. You stop questioning it. You stop noticing it. You carry it like it's yours, and over time it becomes part of you, a permanent layer, a fog that clouds your decisions, your confidence, your clarity. You start reacting to life instead of creating it. You're no longer leading your days, you're just surviving them, and that's not the life you were meant for. This isn't about blaming others, it's about becoming aware, because awareness is the beginning of power. When you understand how stress spreads, you stop being a passive receiver. You become an active protector, a gatekeeper of your energy, a guardian of your peace. You don't owe anyone your mental clarity. You don't have to take on energy that doesn't belong to you. It's not selfish to protect your mind. It's necessary, because the people you love don't need the stressed out, doubt version of you. They need the real you, the grounded you, the clear, headed, fully present, emotionally strong version of you. And the only way to become that version is to choose it. Choose to step back when a room feels heavy. Choose to pause before absorbing someone else's panic. Choose to breathe instead of react. Choose to reset your energy. Even when the world around you is chaotic, you have more influence than you think. When you walk in calm, others feel it. When you speak with clarity, confusion shrinks. When you hold steady in your peace, others begin to shift, because just as stress is contagious, so is calm, so is hope. So is joy. You can be the one who shifts the energy in a room, not by force, but by presence, by the way you carry yourself, by the way you choose not to let other people's storms drown your silence. It starts with you. Always with you. You don't have to wait for the world to calm down. You don't need the people around you to change. You can become the anchor, the stillness, the one who feels everything but stays centered through it all. And this isn't about perfection. This is about power, the kind that comes from self-awareness, from emotional discipline, from deciding that your peace is not up for negotiation. So when you feel that wave of tension rising, pause. When someone walks in with panic written all over their face, breathe. When negativity wants to pull you in, choose presence, choose boundaries, choose a higher state of being. Because the more you master your own energy, the less you get controlled by someone else's. The more you return to calm, the more others begin to follow you there. And in a world that's constantly rushing, shouting, and breaking down, being the calm one isn't just a strength, it's a superpower. You don't need to fight every storm. You don't need to match every emotion. You don't need to carry the weight of a world that was never yours to hold. Your job is to rise, to be so grounded, so rooted in self-respect that chaos passes through you without staying. That fear bounces off your clarity. That stress sees you and turns back. You are not just a receiver of energy. You are a creator of it. The question is, what kind of energy will you choose to create from this moment on? When stress becomes your normal, your body stops waiting for danger. It starts living in it. Day after day, it builds quietly, slowly, until one morning you look in the mirror and something feels off. You feel drained, your motivation is gone, your body feels heavier, slower, your mind is foggy, and somehow, without warning, you realize you've been surviving, not thriving, but the truth is, your body has been fighting for you this entire time. Internally, desperately, because chronic stress isn't just emotional, it's physical. It rewires your biology, it changes your chemistry, and over time it starts showing up in ways you never expected. Like stubborn belly fat, not from laziness, not from lack of willpower, but from your brain trying to protect you. Dr. Tara Swart reveals that when your body senses prolonged stress, it produces high levels of cortisol, the hormone that signals survival mode. And in that state, your brain tells your body to store fat in the abdomen, not because it wants to sabotage you, but because it believes you're in danger, because fat in times of crisis is energy, it's protection. It's insurance. Your body is doing what it's designed to do, keep you alive, but this survival mechanism becomes a trap, because modern stress isn't a moment, it's a lifestyle. It doesn't go away after the threat passes. It lingers through deadlines, through pressure, through emotional neglect, through unspoken pain, so your body keeps holding on, waiting for the danger to end, but it never does, not until you end it. And this is where your power begins, because now you know that weight you've been blaming yourself for. It wasn't weakness, it wasn't failure, it was a message, a sign. Your body has been trying to talk to you, through fatigue, through cravings, through weight gain, not to punish you, but to ask you to listen, and now you can. You can stop shaming yourself for how your body looks and start understanding why it changed. You can stop punishing yourself in the gym and start healing yourself with rest. You can stop starving for quick results and start nourishing your nervous system. Because when you calm the chaos inside, your body responds. When you choose peace over pressure, healing begins, not just in your mind, but in your skin, your hormones, your metabolism, your entire state of being. Your body doesn't need more stress disguised as discipline. It needs safety, it needs love, it needs consistency, not intensity, because the truth is, you can't shame yourself into change. You can only love yourself into growth, and this kind of transformation isn't loud. It's not about hacks or hustle. It's quiet, deep, lasting. It's waking up and deciding you're no longer available for a life that exhausts you. It's protecting your peace like your life depends on it, because it does. It's learning that when your body feels safe, it no longer needs to hold onto weight as protection. It no longer has to operate in fight or flight. It can finally exhale. This is not just about physical change. It's about full alignment. When your mind, your body, and your emotions are no longer fighting each other, when you're no longer forcing your way through life, when you're flowing, connected, whole, and that's possible for you. No matter how long you've been stuck, no matter how much you've been through, no matter how far you feel from that vision of yourself that feels vibrant, energized, alive, that version of you still exists. It's not lost, it's just buried under years of pressure, expectation, and noise, but you can dig her out, you can clear the fog, you can return to that place where your body feels light again, where your mind is clear, where your energy is real, and it begins not with another plan, but with a promise to never abandon yourself again, a promise to stop punishing yourself for how you've coped, a promise to choose peace every single day, even when it feels unfamiliar. Because peace is not a reward, it's a requirement, and when you prioritize it, everything changes. You sleep deeper, you move easier, you feel again, you think clearly, and your body finally feels safe enough to let go of what it's been holding, physically and emotionally. This is not about chasing a perfect body. It's about claiming your real self, the one beneath the layers of stress, the one you've always been, the one who's ready to live fully, not just function. The one who knows that healing is strength, rest is productive, and joy is not a luxury. It's your natural state. You didn't come this far just to carry stress like it's a part of who you are. You came here to rise above it, to return to balance, to own your energy, to walk through life with power, not the kind that wears you down, but the kind that lifts you, protects you, and sets you free. You are not broken. You are biologically responding to years of noise. And now you found the volume knob. Turn it down. Take your breath back. Take your peace back. Take your life back, because the real you, the one beneath the pressure, is ready to be seen, and she doesn't need to be fixed. She just needs to be free. Freedom begins the moment you stop fighting yourself and start trusting your body. You've spent too long treating your body like the enemy, criticizing it, pushing it, demanding it perform under pressure while ignoring its cries for rest. But your body is not the problem. It's the reflection of your habits, of your thoughts, of your past. It carries your story, even the parts you tried to bury, and the tension you feel, the fatigue, the bloating, the discomfort. It's not your body failing you. It's your body speaking to you, asking for a different way, a gentler path, a smarter rhythm, one rooted in alignment, not punishment, because real transformation doesn't come from hate. It comes from understanding. Your nervous system is always listening to your thoughts, to your environment, to the way you talk to yourself, and when your inner dialogue is filled with pressure, fear, and self, judgment, your body responds with defense. It tightens, it slows, it holds, not because it wants to betray you, but because it's trying to survive you. But when you start choosing compassion instead of criticism, when you treat your body like a partner instead of a project, everything begins to shift. Healing isn't forced, it's allowed, and your biology, once wired for stress, begins to relax into safety. And here's the deeper truth. Safety is the foundation of change. You can't grow in a state of threat. You can't heal in a state of fear. You can't become your best self when your body still believes it's in survival mode. That's why the journey to peace isn't about doing more. It's about becoming less reactive. Less frantic, less driven by urgency, more still, more intentional, more connected to what's real. And what's real is this: you don't need to earn your worth. You don't need to chase validation through exhaustion. You are not more valuable because you suffer quietly. You are not stronger because you ignore your limits. Strength is knowing when to stop, when to breathe, when to rest without guilt and rise without apology. Because the moment you make rest a priority, the fog begins to clear, your thoughts become sharper, your decisions more aligned, your confidence returns, not because you're perfect, but because you're present. You start to feel again, taste again, move again. You reconnect with life not as a series of tasks, but as a sacred experience, and people feel it. They feel the shift in you. You're no longer running from yourself. You're rooted, grounded, radiating something rare in a world that's always rushing. Peace, that peace becomes your power, the kind that doesn't need to shout to be heard, the kind that walks into a room and calms the storm, not by force, but by presence. You become the person others trust, not because you have all the answers, but because you're no longer driven by panic. You're led by purpose, and that purpose becomes clearer every time you choose to align with your truth instead of society's noise. You start feeding your body out of respect, not control. You move because it feels good, not because you're punishing calories. You sleep because you love yourself, not because you've earned it. This is the real revolution. Learning to honor your biology instead of battling it. Because your body is wise, it knows when something isn't right. It knows when your environment is toxic. It knows when your energy is being drained, and when you listen, really listen, you begin to see how much you've been tolerating just to keep going. But you weren't born to tolerate, you were born to thrive, and thriving means releasing everything that keeps you small: the guilt, the shame, the hyper-independence, the belief that rest is laziness, the belief that your worth is tied to your productivity. Let it all go. It never belonged to you. Your peace is not a luxury, it's a responsibility, because when you protect your energy, you protect your future. You show up better, you love deeper, you lead with more clarity, you live with more joy, you stop reacting and start creating, and from that place, anything is possible. You stop chasing goals for validation and start moving with intention. You stop obsessing over how you look and start focusing on how you feel. You stop comparing your journey to others and start walking in your own light, and with every small act of self-respect, your body responds. Your mind strengthens, your spirit rises. You realize that health isn't just the absence of illness. It's the presence of balance, of joy, of stillness, of resilience. It's waking up in a body that feels like home, not a battlefield. This is not just motivation. This is a reminder that you were never broken. You've just been carrying too much for too long without the space to breathe. But now you've made space, and in that space, you remember who you are: whole, capable, powerful, not because of how hard you push, but because of how deeply you choose to heal.